have a drunk driving third offense, okay? And I set a bond for you. And I don't know if you think the rules don't apply to you, but they do. You were told at the time of your arraignment that you were going to hear from my probation department. Don't look clueless to me, like it's exhausting me already. You were told that you had to test. You had to be subject to drug and alcohol testing. My probation department tried to reach you. I need a calendar. What day was he here last week?
We were here last Monday, Your Honor.
So Monday, you were here on Monday, and you were told that. And my probation department spent days trying to get a hold of you so that you could go test. And they, new phone, who dis?
I came here. Don't answer it, Tony. I'll just finish first, then we have time to answer.
No, there's no, like right now, we set this, basically, we can call it a PCC, we can call it whatever we want. But if you're not gonna follow my bond conditions, you're gonna go sit in Wayne County Jail, period. It makes, I go home at 5. And if it's too hard for you to do what you're supposed to do out on bond, sir, I have zero. Quite frankly, I think I'm protecting the people of the state of Michigan by having you sit at the Wayne County Jail. Because I know you're not gonna drink and drive and kill anybody. If you can't follow my bond conditions, you're going to county. All right, now, Mr. Zelnick, has he talked to probation at all again? Do you know?
Have you been there and have you tested?
2 or 3 times.
And apparently he's gotten fingerprint over at state police. He's been there twice.
All right.
So once I came to visit the court last week, I believe it was Tuesday, to explain that I thought he had to go to rehab and that he was having surgery for cancer. I got in contact with him. Finally, his sister-in-law, may I have them come forward just so you know that I'm not making this up? Both you folks come on up here. I'll ask them to identify themselves from the record because I forget which one's related to America.
Oh.
So. Brothers and sisters. Brother and sister, all right. Oh, yeah. And you gotta take your hat off, sorry, sir.
Good
You can only
morning.
wear a hat if you're like under 30 and you wear it backwards, and then you still gotta take it off. So give your names, Judge, ma'am.
Joanne Lebajewski.
Sir.
Edward Lebajewski.
All right, so we got family here. Judge, both contacted me to tell me that they thought he was seriously declining because of alcohol, that he was suffering from bladder and kidney cancer. He's supposed to have surgery before he's accepted into rehab. He's having surgery on Friday at Caramanus. Is that correct? Well, one of you has to answer. Give your name when you answer so we know.
Yes, Robert's having surgery on Friday. I'm not sure of the entire procedure. It's a scope kind of procedure.
Okay.
And I don't think there's any denial that he suffers seriously from alcohol disease. Would you agree, Robert Lebajewski?
Yes.
And once we made contact, he explained he'd been to the state police to try to get printed. They told him to come back. And I don't know where he missed the connect about contacting probation, but apparently he finally has. In fact, his color came up again today. So there is a disconnect. It's probably damaged brain cells for years and years of exercising through alcohol. Would you agree, Mr. Lebajewski, that you spent a lot of time destroying brain cells by drinking?
Yes.
And he's destroyed his health too. He lost his job, it appears, because of drinking. And this is that halcyon moment or the Brigadoon moment where he's either going to make a change, spend time in jail, or die. And I'd ask the court, what we've suggested here is that the bond conditions continue, that the court permit him to have surgery, and if he's accepted into the rehabilitation, which would be inpatient, we'll come back and advise the court and ask for continuance with the PCC. This matter is going to be resolved, Your Honor. If you ever read the police report, you'd see what a silly case this is. He was sitting in a lawn chair on the side of the freeway after he rolled his car and the state police came. This is an old.
No.
Karen, Aaron, or Kelsey?
I believe.
Aaron, okay. We're gonna talk to Aaron and see, because the SoberLink, I don't know what the minimum is on it, but he can keep that until he comes back.
Well, I know they complain about an alcohol tether when you go in for surgery.
Well, he's not on tether, is he right now?
No, he's not. I mean, that's another
He should
possibility. There are 2 possibilities, but
I
there is
can't put
certainly.
him on a tether right before surgery. I mean, they're just gonna want it off.
No, and Your Honor, there's that company that the probation officer from Livonia, Elaine, runs, that's out somewhere on the other side of town, that comes out and sets you up with your SoberLink, and I can give that number to the probation department. There's a company that can do it. They would come down and give it, so there's no running out to any other offices.
Okay. Well,
Actually, I think I could come and if they call me, I mean, it's just up 2
It's
stairs.
foolishness, Judge. No.
I'm gonna adjourn the PCC 2 weeks. I'm gonna have probation come up and figure out what they can do with the SoberLink, and I want to note about when he can come back to testing. If he's excused on Friday to do, you know, whatever, if he's able to get up and ambulate, get around, then he needs to come back and start testing then. But he can have the SoberLink until then. And we'll adjourn the PCC for 2 weeks, and I guess when he's out, if you're looking for a bed.
Tell,
It's
you know where you're going,
Yeah,
it's share house.
Share house.
Okay.
She told me that they'd bring me in as soon as I get the results from my surgery, because they don't want to take anybody that's sick or needs ambulatory, because they don't want to ship you
Right.
back out.
Okay. So we should know something by next Wednesday, right?
I think so, even Tuesday.
Okay, well, I don't have a state prosecutor here except for Monday, Mr. Zelnick.
Well, we'll bring in a result Monday. I'll ask the
Just-
family to contact me. What I need, they're here, they're not parties to this case, but I'd like their assurance on the record that they're the brother and sister, that they're going to provide me with updates so I can bring them into the court next week.
Yes.
And when he's released.
Yes.
And I gave the information for share house to my probation officer. She.
All right, we're gonna get her up here real quick. We could just have a seat. I'm gonna need her up here and then we'll figure out, I mean, it's Erin, if she's just up here, we can all talk about what we're doing.
You want me
Okay,
to
so if we
wait?
could just have a seat real quick, yeah,
Thank you.
and let me just get her up here.
Take a seat back there.
So while you're making your way up, I'm just gonna give a brief synopsis. We had a bench conference with the probation department, Mr. Zelnick. All right, and we're trying to come up with a solution that holds you accountable, but also accommodates the fact that you're about to have a procedure. All right, so here's what we're going to do. You're gonna go downstairs to probation when we're done. Erin's gonna at least make a call and tell you what you need to do to get your SoberLink. SoberLink is like a breathalyzer device, and we're gonna let you use that. And you're still testing until Friday. Unless on Thursday, you've got to do some sort of prep I don't know about. But you're gonna start using the SoberLink on Friday until your doctor releases you. If the doctor says you're good to go back to your life on Tuesday, you're supposed to start coming back in person to test. But we'll at least cover that time frame and make sure you have a device on him. Obviously, on Friday, he's not gonna probably be testing at all, but. And then we're gonna adjourn this out 2 weeks, so 2 Mondays from today.
Which was the
And-
original date, the 18th.
Okay, there you go. And sir, there's a release that you can sign if you're so inclined that'll allow your family to talk directly to Erin, your probation officer, so you don't have to, if you're in the hospital and someone needs an update or to let her know that share house is available or whatever, if you sign the release, you can communicate with them directly.
Okay.
Okay?
One indulgence, Your Honor, in the event he gets placed in share house within the next week or so, may I present a stip to adjourn the PCC because it'll be practical and improbable to get him here for a PCC on the 18th, in the event he's inpatient.
Yeah, just
I'll notify the prosecutor.
just
Thank
let
you.
us know. Okay?
All right, understand what's going on?
Yes.
Family understand what's going on?
Yes.
All right, very good.
All right, you're all
We'll take him
set.
downstairs, have him sign the waiver of privilege. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, yep, thank you.